I am Annika Lindqvist. I am the founder of Pedestrian Space, pedestrianspace.org, which started as a simple little Instagram account dedicated to visually documenting best practices and barriers of walkability that I was seeing in the community I lived in at the time, in 2020. It has since evolved. It is now a registered NGO in Poland. Pedestrian Space operates at the intersection of media, advocacy, and research. I am a photographer and a writer, and I am also now a fourth-year PhD student. I'm on my fourth and final year of my PhD program. I did my dissertation, fieldwork, and research on walkability in Warsaw, best practices and barriers by a community-engaged approach in which I surveyed and interviewed residents as well as stakeholders. I look forward to taking that method with me to other communities, as I really enjoyed it. I enjoy the community-engaged research approach, and I also really enjoy research that helps locals tell the story of neighborhood life and what's working for them in their urban environment and what isn't. I'm currently preparing and laying foundations for coming years of life and work. I'm currently on a train, having just left northwestern Poland, where we were looking at a school, as we are currently looking nationwide here in Poland where we live, but also Europe-wide, for the best possible school for our situation, our family, accommodating our children. And in so doing, I'm also looking for a school that is receptive to piloting a curriculum that I'm currently developing. The curriculum is a sustainable urbanism and planetary health curriculum that's meant to be community engaged, so it comes alive through diverse community partnerships and city immersed, city or town or village, whatever the context is. And what's really exciting for me is the prospect of piloting this curriculum later this year, and then after the pilot and seeing how things go, beginning to support a growing international network of educators who are interested in this curriculum. I'm already beginning trickles of interest, so I'm really excited about that. It's meant to be something that could potentially serve as a global and public resource. Of course, I'm also looking for support and future roles through which I can develop this so it can be a proper global and public resource for educators all over the world, which of course means that it will come alive differently in the different local contexts, but that's what makes it so exciting as well. Pedestrian Space is a member of the Planetary Health Alliance, PHA, and we are also currently behind the scenes working on a contributed volume with fellow PHA member, University of Vermont Press, which is a completely open access publisher. We're working on a contributed volume on a book called Walkability and Planetary Health, so I'm really excited about that. So I'm really excited to have planetary health as a running thread in diverse current and future activities, and this curriculum is meant to bring a lot of these topics that a lot of us, particularly researchers, higher academia, etc., and even practitioners too, often talk about, I would say, in a very high-level way with fellow adults. But I believe there is a gap in bringing these topics to youth. I know there are a lot of people doing great work with youth and ecological-minded programs, etc. So I don't necessarily think this is something, that's never been thought of before, but I do believe we need more of it. I do believe we need more programs like this, and I can't wait to get on the ground myself and pilot the curriculum. We were just in northwestern Poland and visiting a school for the twofold purpose. I'm looking forward to accommodate our children, but also for me to pilot and discussing this curriculum, which is meant to definitely be obviously supplementary, so supplementing core curriculum, or it can serve definitely as extracurricular activity, extra school activities. We might pilot it as a kind of after-school club. there are many ways it can come alive, and that's where it gets really juicy and exciting. And the idea of it potentially being an international resource really gets me very excited. I look forward to working on this for years to come. So currently, my current mission, which is part of why I'm on this train, is investigating schools, because we're ready to take that next jump and position ourselves somewhere where the family can thrive and where I can also thrive, and pilot this and help show the world what can be done with it. Pedestrian Space was founded with issues of walkability at its heart, but those issues are multiple and so diverse. So our mission is really to convey how walkability is not just about moving by foot. It's about surrounding nature, biophilic urbanism, and nature-based solutions to support the decision to move by foot, to mitigate urban heat. It's about access to quality, affordable, accessible public transportation. It's about movement for different types of people with different mobility needs. It's about access to parks and local amenities and what's in a walkable distance from our home. You know, what percentage of our day do we have to give to commuting just for daily needs? What is our quality of life in our urban sphere? Walkability is about so many dimensions of life. And that's really our mission at Pedestrian Space, is to help convey that through media advocacy and research and public engagement. And I'm really excited because I believe this curriculum will be a way to engage youth and educators as well in becoming experts in their own environment, and also sharing their expertise as residents, sharing their insight. They are the people inhabiting these environments and understand what works and what doesn't. But as we all know, our awareness can be stimulated. And I believe when it comes to urban transformation that is needed in cities across the world, it's a multi-generational project. And so Pedestrian Space has really evolved to be focused on walkability, to now what I really say is really what a big focus is urban resilience. It's always going to have walkability at its heart, as my belief is that walkability is a critical foundational aspect of urban resilience, but really also pulling back out to a much broader approach and looking at urban resilience from many different lenses, and definitely a transdisciplinary approach. So stay tuned.